My name is Simone. I was born and raised in Flint, Michigan. My mother, she didn't live with us. She would come and check on us, but it was really just me and my brother at our house. He's severely impaired, so I took care of him from the 4th grade all the way until I graduated from high school. My mom, although she never really lived in the house, like when she'd get ready to have her parties and things of that nature, they would come home. Just me wanting to spend time with my mom, I'm like, well, what can I do to be a part of? I learned how to work the blender, and I made the best daiquiris anybody could ever have in their life. That is like my first part of addiction. I took my first drink when I was about 7 years old. When I got to college, it actually was a daunting experience for me. I felt like I abandoned my mom. I felt like I abandoned my brother. I felt like I shouldn't have left. I should have been there to take care of them. I got very attached to somebody else very quickly. Like, I met my first husband, and literally 6 months later, we were married. We were married for about 5 years. And I had a really devastating miscarriage. 2 months later, I had another miscarriage. And so at that point, I felt worthless. I didn't feel like a whole person. Eventually, I went to the doctor, and she sent me to a specialist. They found out that I just needed hormones. So as soon as I found out that I was pregnant again, I think after I had him, I probably didn't sleep for about a week because I was just watching him breathe. My other children were born, so I was very fortunate to be a mother. The devastating part was when my addiction kicked in full force. I was not that mother that I wanted to be. I would leave my kids at home to go party, and that became what it is. I'm like, that's how I grew up. It was the horrible thing that I became, the person that I never wanted to be. It created this life of chaos. I was still married to my husband, but I told him that we weren't together anymore. I started dating this guy, and I really thought that he was the perfect person for me, and I was hooked on the love that he was giving me. That's when he started introducing the fact that he used drugs. And once I got comfortable enough, I'm like, hey, I want to try that. The drug of choice at that time was stuff that I considered like rich people using. So it was fine, like, let's do this. That's when the spiral started. I had an overdose, and it was a purposeful one. I was done. I was tired of being a disappointment to my children, to my family, to myself. I wanted it to end, so I went and got the biggest bottle of vodka I could buy, and I got all the drugs that I could buy, and I was like, okay, this is it. I wrote a letter to my kids, apologizing for the things I did to them. And I took all of that medication, I drank all of that liquor, and when I got to that hospital, I was pronounced dead, and they revived me, and I ended up on a psych ward, and that's when my recovery journey began. I decided to go to treatment, and we went to an NA meeting, and it was one of the weirdest things ever. These people were just out like laughing and smoking cigarettes. So after the meeting, I went up to that lady and I said, I'm so confused that you're out here with like this gut laugh. Like, I don't understand that. And she says, well, I learned to live a life of peace and serenity in a world full of chaos. And I'm like, wow, how do you do that? And she said, keep coming back. And I did that, and I learned exactly what she meant by life can be very chaotic, but you get a solid foundation, and you don't live life for the sadness or the heartache. It's just life, living life on life's terms. So my clean date is May 5th, 2018. I have 6 years of sobriety. I am a program director at a treatment center, and one of my coworkers at the time, she's like, Simone, you're in school like me? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, why don't you apply for the Next Step program? So I just went for it. So I'm going to school to get my master's in social work. Once I get a chance to get done with my social work degree, will open that door for me to become a therapist and be able to be on that other side of the table, that person that lit my fire. And I can only do that through going to school. The next step is helping me because, for one, I thought it was great that somebody believed in me. So I was awarded an extra scholarship from the Next Step, and the thing that I love about it is because somebody saw the good efforts that I make in life. I'm here to support people in any way that I can. I just like doing the right thing for the right reasons, even when nobody's looking. I mean, I'm grateful for everybody that reached in their pockets and made it possible for me to continue to go to school without accruing more debt. I can't say thank you enough. The way that I can show my gratefulness is to graduate and continue to do great things, man. So that's what I plan on doing.